Yala Sangha, welcome to day 29 of our 31. So actually only have a couple of days left to go after today. My friend Nick is in the kitchen cooking some soup for some training we're doing this weekend. So if you hear the sound of vigorous chopping, it's not my stomach. One of the things that I think is useful about the yoga practice is it gives you a pause. So when we sometimes get angry at something, it's not really wrong that we get angry, it's just part of human nature, but we then have a pause in what we do with that anger or that despair or that whatever emotion that we're feeling, okay? So we get what Eric Schiffman, a Californian yoga teacher, says is we put a comma in the commentary, okay? This like, why did that person say that? Why did they do this? Why are they treating me like this? And we get a moment, the more that we practice, the more that we can kind of see ourselves kind of like from within, but also like we're seeing ourselves from without, you know, like from slightly outside ourselves. We're watching our mind and we go, oh, I don't need to think like that. Okay, so hopefully you're getting some of that this month, and it's helpful for me. You know, I know like when I get upset about something, I don't want to like, or my ego gets a little tender. I know that I don't want to go with that for too long. I want to just go, okay, namaha, let it go. So we'll do the warrior sequence today. Let's see if we can stand up and sit down from the floor a couple times. See if you can do it the way that you don't normally do it. So if you have your legs crossed like this and you come up, okay, and come down. See how that feels for you today. If you can manage to get up and down the opposite way that you normally do, okay? And then take a comfortable seat. And let's just do some spinal movement before we come up to standing position. So bring your fingers in front of your shins, take an inhale. And as you exhale, slowly drift forward. See if you can get your hands a little bit flatter. Maybe your elbows a bit closer towards the floor. And then slowly come back up. Let your hands maybe come behind, squeeze your shoulder blades together, elevate your chest. Inhale up with your left hand. And exhale, bring it across and turn. Inhale up with your right hand. And exhale, bring it across and turn. Okay, try that one more time either side. Inhale, reach in, lengthening, and exhale, coming across. Inhale, lengthening, reaching, and exhale, coming across. When you're ready, come back to the center. Let your left hand rest on the floor. Inhale up through your right hand a little bit higher than you think you can, and exhale all the way over. Try and take your gaze up and your elbow low, and then your fingers out, okay? Inhale, go taller, reach in, exhale, come across. And try that one more time, either side. Inhale, tall, lengthen and reach in, exhale, over. Looking up, reaching a bit further, and then try the other side. Tall, reaching, lengthening, coming over, looking up, and then back to the center, okay? Let your fingers come in front again. And see if you can go a little bit further forward than you did maybe the very first time. Maybe your elbows can relax, your forehead can relax towards the floor. And then from there, slowly come back up. Good. Switch to an all fours position. So your hands are forward, your knees are towards the middle. Okay, you can walk your tabletop around. And then see how your kneeling feels today. I know that, like I said, some people are finding kneeling gradually becoming a bit more possible, a bit more comfortable. Maybe able to try some variations on that. Maybe go further back. Let your knees come up and down. Okay, be gentle with yourself here. Okay, good. And then switch to your squat. See how your squat's feeling. This big fold in our hips. Our big bend in our knees. Put something underneath your heels if that feels good. And then push all the way up. Good. Shake it off. Get nice and loose. Okay, so just need to spend some time in these positions, you know, to keep our bodies feeling loose, feeling strong, feeling mobile the way we want them to be mobile. So let your right foot go forward and your left foot back. We're going to go straight from our standing position into the warrior sequence today. And let both palms come together. Relax your shoulders. What I like to think about when I start is, what's my head doing? You know, I quite often go, oh, I can feel like I'm holding my head a little bit like forward, and our lives are sometimes a little bit forward. So bring your head back and up. See if you can think about moving your chest slightly diagonally in that direction. Okay. Good. Quite often Nick is in the kitchen and teaches is to think of like a kite is getting pulled from our chest when we're running, rather than run like this. Okay. Reach out with your hands. See how that feels today. And then let both palms come together. Take your left thumb all the way back and then bring it all the way forward. And turn from the side so you can see it from the side. Inhale, let your right hand go back and forward. And then let both arms go wide. Sometimes it's useful to see yourself in a mirror doing this. Some people kind of start like this. So their head is kind of like up, but their hips are folding. So try and get your body up. Now lift both arms up. Slowly take both hands all the way down. Frame your front foot. Lift your back heel. Place your knee on the floor. Let your hip come to rest on your back heel. So we've got this kneeling position. Remember, we have the options of bringing the knee up and down. We can take this foot around into lunges. You can start to see, depends what you've been doing this week, what you need from this movement, okay? Let your hands come back in the ground. Let your heel go back and down into pyramid posture. Bend your front knee. Inhale, sweep both hands all the way up. And let both hands come together. Inhale, reach out with both arms. Exhale, let your weight drift forward and over your front leg. See if you can lift your back leg higher and your chest higher. Bring your knee through and give it a wee hug. Good. Shake it all off. Roll your shoulders, get your body nice and loose, okay? And then let's do the same side again, right? We try again. We have our right foot forward, our left foot back, or vice versa. We do 3 times either side is the way I'm doing it. If you want to do one by one, you can do one by one. Hello, Thompson. Come on in. Bend your front knee. Inhale, go wide. Exhale, come together. Inhale, take your hand back. Open the more obvious side. And exhale, come together. Try your rotation the other way. Inhale the other way. Exhale, bring it together. Inhale, both arms wide. And exhale, gather together. Inhale, go tall, soften through your front knee. Exhale as far forward as you can, framing your front foot with your hands, lift your back heel, let your knee come down, sit into this position here. Again, you've got all these options, okay? You can even come forward into a lunge and reach back and come back, okay? Take that foot wide, come down inside it. Start to play with it, start to work out what you want from this sequence. We're going to revisit it a lot, okay? Over the coming year. Bring your hands back to frame your body, let your back heel go down. Bend your front knee, inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, let your hands come together. Warrior 3, inhale wide. Exhale, drift forward. Let your back leg come up. A little bit of movement from side to side. Challenge your balance. Okay? Maybe challenge it to the point where you have to save yourself by putting your back foot down or your hands down. And then bring your knee through. Give it a little hug. And shake off. Get nice and loose again. Roll through your shoulders. Keeping the breath smooth and easy. One more time on that side. Right foot forward, left foot back. If that's the way you're doing it. If you're switching round, switch round. Soften your front knee. Slow inhale it. Slow exhale together. Slow inhale with the left hand. slow breath. Other way. Both arms. And gather into the centre. Watching the head position. Inhale tall. Exhale forward and all the way down. Lift your back heel. Place your knee on the floor. Let your hip rest in your back heel. See how that feels for you. Okay. Good. Taking a slow breath in and out here. Back into pyramid posture. Slowly back up to warrior one. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, gather together. Inhale, slowly reaching away. Exhale, go forward, lift your back leg. Good. Now if you want to, it's a little trickier, but you can try and lift the heel of your standing leg here. Okay, so we're working quite strongly with our foot, working quite strongly with the back of our lower leg, and also with our balance and everything else that this posture entails. And then pop the knee through, give it a wee hug, and shake everything off. Get nice and loose again. Good. Just take a moment to stand before we switch to the other side. And let one hand rest in your belly, one hand rest over your heart. And take some slow breaths here. Think about finding lightness in your stance. Lightness in your body, lightness in your breath. And then try the other side. So now, you might be switching side to side. It's great to do that. You might be doing 3 one side, 3 the other side. It's great to do that too. Bring your palms together, soften through your front knee. Inhale, slowly spread out. Slowly gather together. Open into the more obvious side. Gathering it together. Let your other hand drift back. Gather it together. Both arms go wide. Big inhale. Slow exhale. Warrior one. Reaching as far forward as you can. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Lift your back heel. Let your knee come down. And sit into this position here. Remember, we have these options when we get here. We can let our knee come up and down. Okay, we can take our foot forward if we want to into lunge. Okay, we can come back, play with our balance. Okay, you can take this foot out to the side if you want to and open it this way. Okay, good. And then frame your foot again. Let your back heel go down, soften through your front knee, and then heel come all the way up. Exhale, gather together. Inhale, reach out wide with both arms. Exhale, drift forward. And let your back leg lift. Good. Just see how that feels if this is the first time on this side. Bring your knee through. Give it a wee hug. Maybe even a wee kiss. And shake it all off. Okay. Roll through your shoulders. Okay. And get your body loose again. Okay, let's go again. Same side. What we're doing is like we're refining, right? So we're not just repeating the movement, we're becoming more refined each time we do it. So finding this light head position, softening through your front knee. Inhale wide. Exhale together. Inhale this slight variation in warrior two. Exhale together. Inhale to the other side. Exhale together. Inhale both arms wide. And exhale, gather. Inhale, we're going tall, bend through your front knee. Exhale, reach as far forward as you can out into space. Frame your front foot. Relax over it. Lift your back heel, let your knee come down. And see if you can rest into this. It's kind of half squat, half kneel, right? And see how that feels for you today. Let your hands come back on the floor. If you want to play with it, the posture down here, you're welcome. Let your heel go back and down. Soften your front knee. And then heel all the way up. And exhale, gather it together. Keep a smile on your face. Inhale for warrior 3. Exhale, drift forward. Let your back leg lift. Challenge your balance a wee bit if you feel like it. You know, like everything is optional and a suggestion, remember. So you can turn, make a little airplane movement. Don't worry if you lose your balance like me there. And then bring it back through. Hug your knee. Shake everything off. Get nice and loose. Final time, right? Set yourself up. This really stable stance, right? Finding the stance that feels... If somebody came at me from the front, I could dodge back and keep my balance. If they came at me from behind, hopefully that's not happening. Bring your hands together. Relax your shoulders, soften your front knee. Slowly out. And on the inhale, slowly together on the exhale. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. Slowly wide. Exhale together. Inhale, we'll go tall. Exhale, we'll go forward, reaching out into space. Let your fingers come towards the floor. Lift your back heel down into pyramid posture on this side. Good. Let your fingertips or your palms come back to the floor. Your heel go back and down. Inhale, coming all the way up over your head. Exhale, gather. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, slowly going forward. Let your back leg lift. Now, if you want to, remember like we did on the other side, lift your heel up and down. It makes it a lot trickier. If you want to put your hand on a wall and do that, it's totally fine. Okay, it's not it's not cheating. It's just a gradual progression. Okay. Good. And then bring your back leg through, shake everything off, get nice and loose again. Keep that smile on your face. And see if you can sit down without using your hands too much. Shuffle your hips a little bit further back. And start to take your seat. For today, and start by placing both hands on your abdomen. And let your breath really expand your abdomen. Not forcefully, but really just letting that area open. And as you exhale, let it come back in. As you inhale, let it open. And as you exhale, let it come back in. And find somewhere that can still be in the same place, but find somewhere for your hands that feels really restful for you, connecting for you. And take slow breaths here. Start to notice if there's tension in your body. And can you connect to the ground a little bit more to let some of that tension go? Can you let your shoulders soften a bit more? Your throat soften a bit more? Your jaw? Noticing if your mind is starting to wander anywhere. Just let everything soften. But at the same time, you keep your posture steady and your breath steady. So we have this solid inner core. but this really soft edge. If you have time to rest a bit more, take some more time to rest. Otherwise, Sangha, thank you so much for your practice today. I'm looking forward to next SUP. So be kind to yourself. Be kind to whoever else you come across today. Thank you for your practice. Day 30 tomorrow. And we'll work a wee tiny bit harder. And then we have one day to go. Not really one day to go. This is just the beginning. Yalla Sangha.